Hey friends, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Morgan and you are on my homestead here in Wyoming, and we are doing the pantry challenge. Today is day one, week one of the pantry challenge. Now, I did introduce this a little bit in my last video, but I decided I wanted to try doing the pantry challenge in the summer because our garden is very abundant. We can harvest or forage for a lot more things. So I decided that we're gonna try doing it this summer, and then we're also going to do it probably again in the winter like we normally do to just kind of clean out a lot of the garden produce. So, like I mentioned, day one, week one, we are starting off strong. I actually just had coffee for breakfast this morning. I wasn't super hungry and I just started working and time got away, so I didn't have breakfast, but that means I am very hungry for lunch. So here you can see we are having stuffed shells and then green beans. I did kind of fry these up a little bit or just warmed them up yesterday with some white balsamic on them, and it was lemon flavored, so they're super fresh and just very like lemony and light and so yummy, and then also some garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this for lunch, and I will catch you when we are getting dinner. So since I do work at home, it's super easy for me to make lunches, and so normally my lunches will look like leftovers. So here I have a stuffed shell. They're so good. And these are actually the stuffed shells that we made together in our freezer cooking day, so you can go check that out if you're interested in the recipe there. So we just pulled these out from the freezer last night, had them for dinner, and then this is the leftovers. And then here are our green beans, which actually came from the garden last year. So I really like to use this time, since I do work from home, to just take like 10 or 15 minutes off and just kind of use it as a break and a time to regroup. So I'll usually sit here, eat my lunch, and then I like to think about what we want to do for dinner. Since I'm still kind of restricted in my hand, I am trying to keep the cutting, the dishes, and everything down to a minimum. I can't get this hand wet, so I can't help a ton with the dishes with Sam, and I also can't do a ton of chopping. So with that in mind, I'm trying to think of things that we can have for dinner that don't require a lot of lift or a lot of dishes and are just pretty simple. So I'm trying to think about what we should do for dinner tonight. We do have sourdough bread, and then we also have some frozen green chili. So maybe it's a pork green chili, so maybe I'll do sourdough, pork green chili, and then I'll have Sam cut up a little fruit salad. We have some watermelon, some cherries, raspberries from our garden, and some nectarines and bananas. So I think that would be really good. That'll also keep using all of our fresh produce, make sure we're not putting any of that to waste. So yeah, let's plan on that. I'm then going to lay out the green chili. It's currently frozen, so that's why I like to do this at lunchtime. It gives it time to kind of come back up to temperature. So I'm gonna lay out the green chili, and then we'll do green chili, sourdough, and a fruit salad for dinner. That sounds perfect. All right, I'm gonna enjoy my lunch, and I will catch you at dinner time. All right, watching this back makes me laugh. Sam was in charge of dinner, and as you can see, the green chili didn't fully defrost, but he made it work. Probably could have chosen a bigger pan, but that's all right. I'll take the help I can get. If you have never had green chili and sourdough toast before, I highly recommend. It is the perfect combination. All right, friends, it's the next day and we're gonna get going on some breakfast. So I love oats a lot of the time. I'll do some eggs and toast sometimes. But lately I've really been on a kick, and I ate this all throughout college and then I kind of fell off the bandwagon, but I'm back. I love cream of rice. It's similar to cream of wheat, but has less flavor, is gluten-free, super easy on the belly. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some cream of rice for breakfast. You can make a big batch on the stovetop, but what I'm gonna do is just quickly throw some in the microwave and make it up really quickly. So let me show you how we make my cream of rice. All right, so I traditionally do about 1/4 of a cup of cream of rice, and we can just eyeball this, and it does expand pretty well, so. Then the crazy part is you do 4 parts water to 1 part cream of rice. So I'm gonna do about a cup of water. I know, it seems like a ton. And then we're gonna stick this in the microwave for like 2 minutes. All right, so here's the cream of rice. As you can see, it expands a lot. So I like to mix in a spoonful of peanut butter, And if you put it in while it's right out of the microwave, that will just kind of melt in. And then I also like to add in just a little bit of milk to make things nice and creamy. You can definitely cook it in milk too if you want, but since we're in the pantry challenge, I'm trying to not conserve our milk, but it's easier to cook it with water. So that's how we're currently looking. If you aren't putting peanut butter in it, you do probably want to put some salt in it. But I'm going to get my salt from the peanut butter. And then these are just a bunch of raspberries we picked out of our garden last night. So I'm going to sprinkle a bunch of raspberries in. This is also really good with strawberries. I know it might seem like a weird combination with the fruit and the peanut butter, but I mean, I am a real sucker for peanut butter. I love peanut butter. But I really think this works. You could also try it with like almond butter. All right, and there you have it. A super hearty breakfast. This will stick with me for a very long time. And I'm gonna go enjoy this, and I will catch you for lunch. All right, friends, it is lunchtime, and I'm feeling something kind of fresh, so I decided we're gonna make a Greek salad. So I'm going to use chickpeas as my protein, and then I do have to get a little creative because I can't get my hand wet, so we're just gonna go nice and slow to cut my vegetables. I did put my hand in a bag or in a glove just to keep them, make sure it stays nice and safe, but I'm just going to nice and slowly chop up my tomatoes. And then in this salad, I'm also going to add in peppers, cucumbers, feta, artichokes, red onion, and then I think I'm gonna do kind of like a lemony olive oil dressing to go on top as well. So I was just, you know, we have a lot of vegetables in the fridge right now, and I was just feeling something nice and fresh, so let's go ahead and get this whipped up. Okay, tomatoes are in. Let's get our cucumber in. I'm gonna peel this. We'll save these peels and give them to our chickens or pigs. And what would have been smart for me to do is think about this last night while Sam was home so he could help me cut these things up, or think about this for dinner tonight, again, so Sam could help me cut these things up, but I want it now, so we're gonna be self-sufficient and just go nice and slow and make it work. I have an event this weekend, so I'll be out of the house for almost all of the meals, and so I'm just going to whip this up because it's something that's really easy to bring with me, and just keep in a cooler in my car, so if I get hungry I can eat it, or if I get home after the events and I'm hungry, I'll have something nice and fresh already in the fridge that we can just eat, or if Sam wants it, he can also have some this weekend while he's home. So I think it'll be perfect. And then no matter kind of what the event throws at us this weekend, we know we have a nice and healthy meal already in the fridge, which is always a great feeling. Now, if I was doing this and didn't have a bad hand, I would cut these things a lot smaller. I like small little bites, but I think we would be here for way too long if I did that, so we're gonna do bigger, but if I was making this for you, I would definitely do smaller bites, but just prep it up however you like it. Here's how we're currently looking. Let's give it a stir and just kind of see if that's enough bell pepper. I think I'm gonna do a little more bell pepper. All right, next I have an onion. I'm not really sure how to cut this with. I'm gonna cut this into as small of pieces as I can. Just just because no one likes a huge chunk of red onion. Then I just have some of these artichokes. And these are just in oil. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think we'll use up, yep, we're gonna use up all of the artichokes. And I'm gonna use this oil that they're in for our dressing. I think that'll be great. So we're just gonna roughly chop up these artichokes. And these are just artichoke hearts. If you've never had them, they're phenomenal. Perfect. And reading the ingredients in this, it is oil, vinegar, spices, and onion. So I'm gonna just drizzle some of that in there. Let's get this out of the way. And then let's give our salad a mix. And then I'm gonna add in some lemon juice. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. And then I have a little bit of dill. And then I'm gonna mix in some crumbled feta. If you don't like feta, you could definitely leave that out. I know Sam's not the biggest feta fan. Then a little salt and pepper. Add a good mix. It's looking a little dry, so I think we're gonna need more of that oil from the artichokes, but I wanna give it a taste test. So we'll get a little bit of everything. I'm gonna finish that off on there. That's so good. Tiny bit more lemon juice. That's it. We're gonna call it. So here is my take on a very quick Greek salad that is super healthy, quick. The garbanzo beans and feta give us nice protein, good fiber, good color. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I will be eating dinner at our event tonight, so we'll not be back for dinner, but I'll catch you the next time we're in the kitchen. Hey friends, and welcome back. It is another day and we are back in the kitchen. I am going to be making kebabs today. Past few days I've been eating, I had a granola bar for breakfast this morning. I know, not the best, but better than nothing. And then leftovers for lunch, so we are going to have elk steak kebabs tonight using garden zucchini, some peppers, unfortunately not from the garden quite yet, onions, and I think maybe some cucumbers from the garden as well, in like a little salad, and then some of our elk. So let's go ahead and get our veggies prepped, we'll get our meat ready, and we're gonna make some kebabs. So first thing I'm doing is just cutting up zucchini. I think this was our first full-size zucchini to come from the garden, so that is super exciting, and I absolutely love zucchini in kebabs. So I was super excited about this dinner. It turned out phenomenal, and we love garden produce. Alright, next we're going to cut up some onions, and we want these to be in pretty big slices. Let me just get this peel off. I think I'm just going to cut them this way, and we're going to make just kind of little sections. Yeah, that'll be good. Got to make it doable to be able to skewer them, if we decide to skewer them. Sometimes I make quote-unquote kebabs, and then I just never skewer them, but it's, you know, the same idea. It's the elements minus the skewering, so we'll see what we end up doing. And exciting news, I did get an upgrade to my finger today, so it's I wouldn't say it's simple by any means, but it's much easier to cook, which is such a blessing. I don't really want to talk about it while I'm cooking, but if you're curious, I did a quick update video that just kind of talks about what we've been up to, what's been going on around here, where we've been, and I do cover that in the video, so definitely go check that out if you want more details on my finger, but everything is doing great and we are just fine. All right, so here are all of our veggies. I think I'm gonna call that good. I don't know. Should I do the rest of the zucchini? I don't know. Sam doesn't love cooked zucchini, but I do. You can see we had a little critter get into this zucchini. We have a vole problem, which our cats have been doing a really good job keeping those out, but we could get a vole in here and he started eating at it, so I would need to peel that piece. Let's go ahead and do it. We're already here, right? What am I gonna do with a half a zucchini anyways? And then I'm just going to peel the section with the teeth marks. We don't need that. And I did wash this, so it's perfectly fine. Perfect. And now we'll just cut that off like so. Okay, and what's gonna step this up a level is I have this wild mushroom and sage infused olive oil. It's from a little place in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Here's what it's called. And oh, it is so good. My sister has a ton of these and she actually got us these for, my mom and I both a set for our birthdays, and holy moly, is it good. Oh, they have all sorts of flavors. You can go in and sample them. So I'm gonna do a generous amount of that. And the reason I really wanna use a nice olive oil on this is because that's really like the only flavoring that we're gonna put on. And so it's just, I think, so important to make sure that we're putting good high quality ingredients on so we can really get a good flavor for the vegetables, we can really taste the olive oil, everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this around. I know it would make more sense to use the hand with the glove, but it's really hard to get the glove on my hand right now, so I'm gonna use my other hand. Perfect. Get that nice and evenly coated. And then we're gonna move on to the meat. And actually, while I only have the cutting board dirty from vegetables, I'm gonna just cut up this cucumber real quick that came out of our garden. I was gonna make cukes and cream, but I think I'm just gonna give us cucumber slices tonight with a little bit of dressing. We just got a really yummy, spicy honey mustard dressing from our farmer's market, so we'll just dip these. I don't think there's enough to do cukes and cream with them quite yet. All right, and then I'm gonna just cube up the meat and we'll get it going. I like to keep the seasonings really, really simple for this, so you can see we're just using a little bit of soy sauce, some Worcestershire sauce. I still haven't mastered how to say that one. And then some of this Marie Sharp's hot sauce. We actually tried this in Belize when we were there for our honeymoon, and it is our new absolute favorite hot sauce. We are obsessed with it. It's very, it's pretty hot, but it still tastes like the actual peppers, so you can taste tomatoes and habaneros in there versus just straight vinegar. So I would definitely recommend giving this a try. I will link it down below. And do remember, when you marinate meat in like a hot sauce, the meat won't be all that spicy. So then all I'm doing is just giving it a good mix, and then I let that sit for probably about a half an hour just so that the meat tenderize a little bit and really soak that in. Then I just put some oil on our cast iron grill pan, let that come up to heat, and I did the veggies first. You could definitely do everything all at once, but you can see my pan is already a little bit overcrowded. So I went ahead and did the veggies. I like to keep them rather crispy still. We obviously want them cooked, but I don't like when things are very welty. So I like to keep things pretty crispy. It keeps the fresh element to them. We then went ahead and pulled off most of the vegetables. I did leave a few onions because caramelized onions are delicious. And then we went ahead and just seared up the meat here on the grill pan next. These were so, so good. Like I said, I make a lot of kebabs, but 90% of the time I don't ever actually stick them on the stick. I just do like a deconstructed kebab. So definitely, if you haven't had kebabs recently, I would definitely give them a try. Then once those had fully cooked, I just went ahead and took the meat off. We like to cook it to about medium rare. So I went ahead and took the meat off and just put it in the same dish as the veggies and totally combined them. That way you get the kind of kebab effect. And then you can see here, Sam chopped us up a great salad, fruit salad with peaches and cherries. We have raspberries from the garden and blueberries in there. So this dinner was so fresh and just super healthy and so delicious. Then I feel like you can't have steak without horseradish. We prefer the non-creamy horseradish, just the raw horseradish, but this is all our stores are carrying right now, so this is going to work perfectly. There is our dinner. All right, friends, that is it for week 1 of the pantry challenge. Always a quick recap at the end. The first week is always a breeze. I mean, I normally go 2 or 3 weeks without ever going to the grocery store, so first week is always super easy, but it is fun to try to challenge myself to use the more perishable goods quicker and save some of the other things. I know when I'm going to the grocery store a lot, I'll just kind of use whatever I'm feeling like. So it's fun to come up with recipes that sound really good, but are using the ingredients we need to get out of the fridge and freezer first. So thank you guys all so much for being here. I would love to hear down below in the comments what some of your favorite pantry challenge meals are, and I will definitely try to give them a try. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you liked today's video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye, friends.